Hi, in this exercise, I want to discuss with you what is a cross table and how to load it in QlikView. Cross table is nothing but a table with orthogonal list of headers. It is kind of a cross step table, and these columns can be independent to other data also. If this table is loaded in QlikView, it will create separate columns for each of the columns in your Excel sheet. And if this data is very huge, if you have more number of headers, it will create each of them also separately. So in QlikView, when the cross table is being loaded, it will create a huge table, and also aggregation on this table will be difficult. So let's see how to load this cross table in QlikView. So first we will do a normal load and see that what is the difference between a normal load and a cross table load. So to load a normal load of Excel, we are going to follow the same steps like how we load the Excel files. So we will click on table files and we will select the file which we want to load. Since I have already loaded this table, I will not load it again. I will use the same one and I will do reload. So this is my regular load. So after the load, you can see that QlikView has created columns for each of the categories separately. You would have expected that season, team will be as a separate column and all the other columns will be under one separate column, but it has created for each of the column, it has loaded it separately. If you see in table viewer, the table will look like this, that it has created separate column for season, theme and each of the categories. So let's see how it will look once we load the table using cross table functionality. So for that, I will first comment this regular load so that it will not interfere with my cross table load. I will go to cross table tab, and to load using cross table functionality, you have to follow the same steps as you will follow to load an Excel sheet. So you will click on table files, you will select your file and you will hit next. To invoke the cross table functionality, you have to enable transformation step. You say next here, and here you will click on cross table prefix. On this dialog box, you have to specify parameters for qualifier field, attribute field and data field. Qualifier field is nothing but columns on your leftmost side of your Excel sheet. These are the columns which you would like to load separately. So for my table, I want to load two columns separately, season and theme, and then for the rest of the all the other columns, I want to load them under the column name category. So I can specify category here, and all the other data which is underneath these columns, I will call it as data. So you can see the structure of the cross table which shows you here season, theme, category and data. I will hit finish here and you can see then how the cross table has been loaded. It has started with the prefix cross table before the load statement. Number 2 specifies that you have loaded the two qualifier fields, two qualifier columns which you want to load it separately. And so if you will load this table, then you can see that it has loaded only these many columns. It has loaded season, it has loaded theme, under category it has loaded all the other columns, and it has loaded data under data column. If you see table viewer, it looks like this. So it has only 4 columns instead of each column for each of the category. So cross table is a very good way of loading a table which comes in a cross table structure, which has a structure like this table, and it can combine your multiple columns into one column, and it can be very easy to do aggregation on to create your totals, summations on this kind of data. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.